Good morning. Welcome to Newscast State. I am True Avery.
And I'm Quentin Shine.
First, we'll be bring you news from D.C. that Trump promises border wall soon. President Trump has promised to start building his wall on the Mexican border, soon way ahead of schedule. In a speech at a conservative event, President Trump addressed the Conservative Politician Action Congress, or known as CPAC, where he promises to always put American citizens first and build a great border wall. He also promises to focus on getting bad people out of this country. Mr. Trump was greeted by chants of USA, USA, USA as he addressed the annual forum in Maryland. We're building the wall, he said, and in fact it's going to start very soon. Way ahead of schedule. It's way ahead of schedule. His comments came the day after Secretary of State Rex Tillerson and Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly met their Mexican counterparts in Mexico City. Neither made any mention of the wall in Thursday's news conference after their closed-door meetings. The wall could cost $21.5 billion, according to Reuters, citing a Department of Homeland Security International report much higher than Mr. Trump's estimated price tag of $12 billion.
As one of the biggest study abroad programs in the United States, MSU provides hundreds of study abroad opportunities during every break time to help your study and travel at the same time. Here's a story from Kiki Lee, brought to you straight from Study Abroad office to help you get more information about study abroad.
A combination of a lot of different international education opportunities. So kind of the main types of programs that make up study abroad. The first one is called a faculty-led programs. This is one type of model of study abroad where you go abroad and you take classes taught by MSU professors and you're with other MSU students on your study abroad program. We have another type of program that's called a partner program. So these are going to be full semester programs over the fall, spring, and even summer semesters where you enroll in an international university and you take classes there for a semester as opposed to MSU. We also have community engagement type of programs. We have research abroad if you're really interested in research. And then we also have international internships if you're looking for field experience or kind of real world experience related to your major here at MSU. So for our summer and fall programs, the deadline is going to be March 1st. For any programs that you're looking to participate on over winter break and over the spring semester, the deadline for those programs is October 15th.
I think study abroad is a really great experience in your lifetime because you got to visit different cities, different culture, and then also there in the study abroad programs there's a lot of participants from a different majors and also from different countries, so you can make friends with everyone. It's kind of like a lifelong relationships you can get. So I would recommend students who didn't take study abroad before to participate in the study abroad programs in MSU because MSU offers variety. There's so many different programs in MSU.
While the Conrads on the corner of Abbott and Grand River remains closed down, the city of East Lansing has other plans for development of its own downtown area. Instead of reopening the Love Landmark restaurant of the college town, a new $132 million Center City District redevelopment proposal is currently in the approval process for East Lansing downtown. Can this costly renovation offer a resurgence to the city's downtown or pummel it down to the ground? The proposal calls for the construction of the two 12-story high buildings, along with a new 6-story high parking garage replacing the parking lot behind Rick's off Abbott Road. All of the construction was stretched from Grand River Avenue on the south to Abbott on the north, just east of Abbott Road. The proposal has yet to be approved by a couple more commissions, but if so, it will result in 22,000 square feet of retail space in East Lansing and take at least 2 years to complete.
Recently, a lot of MSU students are going out to nonprofit organizations to do service learning. Here's a story from Vic Gile telling us about service learning.
So service learning combines kind of traditional in the community service work with an academic component to help students not only do service work, but also reflect on what their service work means to their community, why they're doing service work, how the service work helps their community. So it's service work with a rigorous academic component as well. I want my students to benefit from service learning by not only getting an opportunity to give back to the community and do service work, but I want them to be thinking about why it is they're doing service work. And I really hope ultimately it leads to more civically engaged students who are involved in their communities, whatever that might be, involved in sometimes, the political process, but what is making it so that they have to do service work in their community, and how can they get at that root cause to be helpful?
I always kind of mention it whenever we go through orientation with service learners and volunteers in general, like, thank you so much for your service. Volunteering in general is, of course, donating your time and bettering the community through that donation of time. We are getting student expertise in our programs, which, of course, betters our programs. If we get a sustainability student working down at the garden house, that is, sadly to say, that is a lot better than having a neighbor down there, although we don't turn away neighbors because they're living in the community. They have the right to go down to the garden house, get their hands in the dirt, and kind of build that beautiful community for themselves. So we're a nonprofit organization. We kind of rely on volunteers to do what we do, and we really appreciate everything that you guys do.
Continuing on the topic of community engagement and volunteerism, Connor Mahoney sat down with Allen Neighborhood Center's Joanne Nelson and Sam Bagley to find out a little bit more about the organization and the work they are involved in on the east side of Lansing.
I'm the executive director of Allen Neighborhood Center. We focus on health, on housing, on food access and food security, commercial corridor revitalization, economic development, and social capital buildings. The center is a place-based organization that serves as a hub for neighborhood revitalization and for activities that promote the health and the well-being of the east side of Lansing community. So in 2004, we launched the Allen Street Farmers Market. It's a neighborhood-based farmers market which provides easy access to locally grown, affordable, wholesome food. We have the greenhouse where people actually learn how to grow their own food in the clay soil and the shady lots of the east side. Neighborhood watches, neighborhood associations. We're almost wall-to-wall neighborhood groups, led by volunteers who are the people who organize the block parties and the neighborhood cleanups.
I'm the volunteer coordinator here, so I coordinate all the volunteers for ANC, also volunteers for neighborhood organizations around the east side of Lansing as well. Getting people involved is vital for ANC. For example, last year we had over 400 volunteers serving almost 10,000 hours. That's about 5 full-time staff programs that we otherwise wouldn't have if we didn't have volunteers, the staunch volunteer support that we do have at Allen Neighborhood Center.
They help build a sense of belonging, a sense of connection that is really critical. Families and individuals that thrive are usually part of a community.
Michigan State men's basketball team did not receive a bid to the NCAA tournament. It was 1993. Since Tom Izzo has taken the reins, the program has consistently competed at highest levels, not receiving a tournament bid for only 2 of the years since he has become head coach. With this year's team being made up of a younger class, the narrative has stepped back a bit from Izzo's traditionally high-caliber teams. It has been a learning process for the youngsters to execute consistently. Also, there has been concerns with the many who believe MSU could miss a tournament bid for the first time in 20 seasons. While this remains a possibility, Izzo himself seems to have a focused and determined composure. Although it has been an uphill battle for the Spartans, things seem to be looking up. Despite the devastating loss of Aaron Harris to a season-ending knee injury against Purdue, the team has won 5 of their past 7 games against the Big Ten opponents. They face Wisconsin this Sunday, which could be a huge potential win for the Spartans as the Badgers sit in second place at the top of the Big Ten. We'll keep you up to date with things MSU basketball as we draw near March Madness. Thank you.
Next, we have today's weather report brought to you by Kiki Lee.
Hello. I can't read a prompter. It's too far. Hello, welcome to campus. Weather forecast. This is Kiki Lee. Today is April 23rd, 2017. The winter just came back again in Michigan. Are you all doing alright in the snow? Let's have a look at the weather of our campus tomorrow. Our first step is Brody neighborhood. It looks not so good in Brody. It will be raining with some strong wind all day. The temperature will be lower than 30 degrees. However, to the south, Bristling Center will not be affected by the bad weather from Brody. The sun will shine as much as possible in the area. The temperature will be high at 70 degrees. So, if you're going to Bristling Center tomorrow, don't forget to bring your sunglasses. Let's go further south, to the south neighborhood. The sky will be cloudy. I guarantee you will not see the sun for the entire day. But the temperature is not too low. 50 degrees is still not bad. Then we come to our Spartan Stadium. Such a bad news from the stadium. The snow will cover our beloved stadium for 11 inches high. The heavy snow will also cover Wells Hall and the main library. But don't worry, tomorrow is Saturday. We don't need to go to their area. Our next stop is Engineering Building and Commerce Building. There will be some wind in the area, but it's not bad at all. The temperature will be just like spring, 60 degrees. To the east, it will be terrible. There will be a tornado in the east neighborhood from around 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. My friends in the east neighborhood, here's a tip for you guys. Do not go outside, and good luck. Our last stop, we go toward the north to the Grand River, Olin Center and the north neighborhood. The sky will be very clear without a piece of cloud, but the temperature will be a little bit low, around 40 degrees. Alright, that was all for today. Hope you enjoying the rest of the newscast. Back to you, Quentin.
Thank you, Kiki. Organizations play a large factor in the MSU campus. For many students who are not involved, they may not know exactly certain organizations have to author. Here's the MSU organization telling you exactly who they are and what role they play on the MSU campus.
Student-based organization meant to empower the black community while still obtaining the ultimate college experience.
We pretty much do is we throw parties. And that's what most of you guys know that we do. But what we do more than that is we help the community. The parties that we throw, we use a lot of that money most of the time to fund our community service endeavors. Brought a lot of water, took it down to Flint with our own cars, and went to a couple of blocks, talked to people, also interviewed those people, and we found out a lot that people don't want to talk about. Slide work roses, that's probably my favorite thing I've done so far with slide work up to date. That's when we put together our own money, and we bought roses and we handed it out to all of the amazing women on MSU campus. And it was just a way to show our love and appreciation for everything that they do, for all the love that they show. We're the type of people where we like to have just events for our members to come through and relax with us, talk to us about any problems they may have. We're family oriented, and it's hard. It gets hard sometimes because lines start to blend, and it comes a time where you have to put your foot down. And I love you, family, but we got business to do. But it makes it worth it. It makes you really feel invested in what you're doing because you know that you're building something with people who care about you, not just people that you see on a daily basis for whatever business-like things we have coming up.
Pokemon Go is the latest Pokemon game to be released for fans across the world to play. It launched in July 2016 in various phases across different countries and is part of a celebration of 20 years of the Pokemon brand. Until now, Pokemon Go has reached 650 million downloads. Here's a story by Zinru Hangwei. Give us some reasons behind Pokemon Go while success.
Pokemon Go has been the world's most popular game since its launch in July last year, with over 15 million players trying to catch them all. Welcome our MSU game design student, Emily. Emily, do you play this game, and why you think the Pokemon Go is so popular? And can you tell us something about this game professionally?
Yes, I do play this game a lot, And I think the reason this game have become a such hit is because you have been using the new element into the game design market, such as you can see in the games on the market right now is mostly fighting and shooting, which I think is really fun, but some people get used to the game, so they won't be interesting anymore. As a Pokemon Go, you have to get rid of the traditional idea of the game. You actually bring the people outside to play on the real world that you can actually see the stuff, such as catching the Pokemon. So I think this is a really groundbreaking idea to the game design. So I think this is the main reason that why it's so popular. And as thinking as a game design student, I think this game is being using a new technology which is called AR. AR is the technology that apply to the real world that into the game, such as you can catch the Pokemon into on the maps that you can clear see on the street, and it give you a more idealized vision to the game. And I think this is the reason why this game is also a groundbreaking because it's so unique from the other game.
On today's episode of John's People, John sits down with a few students at MSU who make music as an escape from the stress and depression. It's an explanation into the power of musical expression and the nurturing it does on the soul. Now here's Johnny.
Today, we will be interviewing, talking to bands straight out of East Lansing. Their name is the Sneaks here with me. All right, today though, we're not here to talk about the Sneaks. No, we're not. We're here to talk about music and making music and how it makes you feel.
Music as therapy to me, it's so meaningful because I don't need to go lay down on a couch and tell a stranger everything that happened in my life. You know, I just write it down on a piece of paper, play a couple chords, and I tell the world. You know, it's just a way to really truly express myself to everyone, not just 1-2 people. Everybody who hears my music now knows a part of my life that they never knew before. You know, and yeah, sure, a lot of the music is about a woman. It's about things that happened in the past. It's nothing very important by any means, but we make this music to have fun and to really express ourselves.
My name is Izzy Cool, self-proclaimed rapper, hip-hop artist, you know, just overall musical savant from Farmington Hills, Michigan, you know, going to school up at Michigan State University. I'm in the Hood Rat crew. It's me and my boy Keels. He couldn't make it today. I think music's crazy because you can say things in music that you can't really say in real life. You know what I'm saying? So I can talk about selling crack and smoking crack, even though I don't sell crack or smoke crack. This ain't a real chain, man. But I look cool with it on. Having music that both the people that make it and the people that listen to it can enjoy it. That's what really matters.
Next, here's a story from our newsroom, brought to you by Kiki Lee.
Thank you, Quentin. This is Kiki Lee. Today on Alternative Breaking News, we got something that's going to really blow your mind, just a little bit. There was a ban on the action movie Daily in Uzbekistan because it did not star the actor Morgan Freeman. It appears the movie advertised Morgan Freeman on the movie poster. However, he made no appearance in the movie whatsoever. But right here in America, a 69-year-old man may face animal cruelty charges for shooting a cat. The elder man claimed the cat looked at him like he owned the places before urinating on his front lawn. But he isn't the only cool cat that got in trouble for taking a whiz. Local motorists get pulled over for whistling up the street a little too fast. When the officer asked the driver why he was speeding, he claimed it was because the wind was pushing him. But what I want to know is what was pushing his bride to ruin her own wedding. Taco lover, Diane Negan plans her trip to take place at a Taco Bell in Vegas due to open later this year. She even decided to take it a step further and have her wedding dress made completely of burrito wrappers. That's all we have today for Alternative Breaking News. See you guys tomorrow.
Thank you, Kiki. Now, a lot of students chose to live off campus after their freshman year. The following is a story from Pei-Yu Wang telling us about off-campus living.
Community that lives here. We do have many students from Michigan State as well as LCC that live here. We do have the partnership with Michigan State Athletics as well as we tailor to their needs as students. I know a big thing is getting them those bus passes that go to and from campus. And then the affordability. A lot of students that go to Michigan State may or may not be taking out loans to pay for their school. And we do have some of the most affordable apartments in East Lansing. So by tailoring to their financial needs, it really brings a large percentage of people out to our community to live here.
I chose to live off campus since my junior year because it cost me less than living on campus. And you can get a private room with some private space. There are a lot of sports facilities in the community, like a basketball court, fitness room, fitness center, and the swimming pool.
The reason why I think students live off campus is to transition from where they are as students into adulthood. By living off campus, you are more independent and you do have to accomplish some day-to-day tasks on your own. Managing your time, getting to and from campus, and planning your days weeks in advance is another big deal. I think students find it exciting to move off campus. It may be their very first time ever living on their own, not on campus or not living with parents. So I think that's a large reason why people will choose to live off campus, as well as the affordability.
To follow up with off-campus living, here's a story by Sam Jackson to tell you a little bit about the PET policy and what you may have to consider when choosing where to live off-campus.
Senior at Michigan State University, majoring in interdisciplinary studies and social sciences. I decided to live here because they allow pets, and I have 2 cats. This one's name is Jordy, and the other one that just jumped off the bed is Cleo. Jordy I've had for 4 years, and Cleo I've had just over a year.
My name is Paris Hans. My major is mathematics with a concentration in actuarial science. I'm currently living at the Village at Chandler Crossings. I started working here in the leasing office in 2015, and they require that you live on property. It just made things easier. His name is Chubbs, and he's a Rottweiler mixed with German Shepherd. I've had Chubbs now for, I want to say, a year and 3 months.
So there are 2 places that allow pets that are owned by Chandler Crossings, the Landings or Live and the Villages.
So the policy here at Chandler Crossings is basically you pay a deposit, which is $300.
And then additional to that, then there's a $25 pet rent for every month. So for both cats, it would be $50 additional to my already rent that I have. I chose the Landings over the Villages because just the facilities here were nicer and newer. So in that aspect, I chose the Landings over the Villages.
That's news for today here at News at State. I'm True Avery.
And I'm Quentin Shine. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.